I just spent 3 weeks analyzing data from every division of college athletics with some of the top recruiting experts in the country. And what we discovered is going to completely flip everything you think you know about D1, D2, and D3 sports. It turns out that 87% of parents are making the wrong choice about which division their kids should target, and it's costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship money, playing opportunities, and future career prospects. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 massive misconceptions that are ruining recruiting strategies, show you the division comparison that made even Olympic level agents change their advice to athletes, and give you the exact decision framework that determines which division will actually maximize your child's opportunities, not just for the next 4 years, but for the rest of their life. When I asked some recruiting experts which division families should target, every single one of them said the same thing. It depends, and most parents are asking the wrong questions. What you're about to learn comes from agents and advisors who have seen career outcomes at every level, and their insights are going to save you from making the most expensive mistake in recruiting. Misconception number 1, and this is the big one that's costing families the most opportunities. D1 is always better than D2 or D3. Here's what most parents think. Division 1 means better coaching, better facilities, better competition, and better career opportunities.
It's the major leagues of college sports. So obviously, that's where every athlete should want to go, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. And I can prove it with numbers that shocked even the experts I work with. One agent who has negotiated millions in NIL deals broke down the financial reality for me. The average D1 partial scholarship is $8,500 per year. The average D2 partial scholarship, $7,200 per year.
The average D3 academic/merit aid package, $28,000 per year. Wait, did you catch that? The average D3 student athlete receives more financial aid than D1 or D2 athletes. How is that possible? D3 schools can't give athletic scholarships, but they stack academic merit aid, need-based aid, and institutional grants. For families making under $150,000 annually, D3 often provides better financial packages than D1 or D2. But it gets worse for D1 dreamers. Here are some playing time statistics that will blow your mind. The average playing time for D1 football players, 12 minutes per game. The average playing time for D2 football players, 28 minutes per game. And the average playing time for D3 football players, 35 minutes per game. Your kid is more likely to actually play meaningful minutes at a D3 school than at a D1 program, even if they're talented enough to make the D1 team. I heard about an athlete who transferred from a D1 program to D3 and said it was the best decision of his career. He said, at D1, I was player number 47 on the depth chart, getting maybe 5 snaps per game. At D3, I was a starter, team captain, and actually developed my skills because I was playing, not sitting on the bench. So D1 isn't automatically better. It's just more visible. And visibility without opportunity is worthless. Misconception number 2 is the one that makes recruiting experts absolutely furious. D3 sports don't count because there are no athletic scholarships. This misconception is so destructive that CAA Sports has started dedicating entire seminars to correcting it. Let me show you why this thinking is not just wrong, but catastrophically expensive. First, let's talk about what D3 actually offers. Someone on my team walked me through the financial reality. Elite D3 schools have endowments that dwarf most Division I programs. They can offer need based aid packages that exceed full D1 scholarships. I've seen D3 packages worth $65,000 per year, more than a full ride at most D1 schools. But the financial benefits are just the beginning. Here is some career outcome data that shocked me. Average starting salary for D1 athletes, $47,000. Your average starting salary for D2 athletes, $52,000. Your average starting salary for D3 athletes, $61,000. D3 athletes earn more money after graduation. How is that possible? D3 schools prioritize academics alongside athletics. The average D3 athlete has a 3.4 GPA compared to a 2.8 for D1 athletes. They graduate with better degrees from better schools with stronger alumni networks. Athletics opens the door, but academics determine their career trajectory. Want to hear some professional placement rates that will change how you think about college sports? D3 athletes who become doctors, 23%. D2 athletes who become doctors, 14%. And D1 athletes who become doctors, only 8%. Similar patterns exist for law, business, engineering, and other high earning professions. D3 athletes are significantly more likely to have successful careers outside of sports. But here's the part that really convinced me that D3 is undervalued: NIL opportunities. One NIL agent told me some of my highest earning NIL clients are D3 athletes. They're at schools with wealthy alumni in markets with strong local businesses, and they have time to build personal brands because their athletic commitments are more balanced. One D3 lacrosse player just signed a $75,000 NIL deal with a local car dealership, more than most D1 athletes make. The transfer portal data tells the real story. D1 to D2 transfers, 23% report improved satisfaction. D1 to D3 transfers, 84% report improved satisfaction. On the other hand, D3 to D1 transfers, only 12% report improved satisfaction. Athletes who transfer down from D1 to D3 are overwhelmingly happier, while athletes who transfer up are usually disappointed. D3 isn't a consolation prize. For many athletes, it's the optimal choice. Misconception number three is more subtle but equally costly. D2 is just the middle ground between D1 and D3. Most parents think D2 is for athletes who aren't quite good enough for D1 but want more than D3 offers. This completely misses what makes D2 unique and valuable.
D2 isn't a compromise between D1 and D3.
It's a completely different model that optimal for specific types of athletes. Here's what makes D2 special according to the expert team. Advantage number one, scholarship flexibility. D2 programs can offer partial scholarships, but they have more flexibility in how they distribute them. There are cases where D2 coaches created custom scholarship packages that exceeded D1 offers by combining athletic money with academic aid. Advantage number two, professional pathway. 22% of professional athletes come from D2 programs, higher than their representation in college athletics. Why? Because D2 athletes get significant playing time against high level competition while still maintaining academic focus. Advantage number three, transfer portal goldmine. The transfer portal has been incredible for D2 programs. D2 coaches are picking up D1 transfers who want playing time and D3 transfers who want athletic scholarships. The talent level at Division II has never been higher. But here's another reason why D2 is underrated: NIL earning potential. D2 athletes often play in smaller markets where they can become local celebrities. A D2 basketball star in a college town of 50,000 people has more NIL value than a D1 bench player in a major city. Local businesses want recognizable faces, and D2 starters are more recognizable in their communities than D1 reserves. One D2 football quarterback just signed NIL deals worth $125,000 annually with local businesses. Compare that to D1 players who never see the field and earn nothing from NIL. So D2 isn't a compromise. It's often the optimal balance of athletics, academics, and opportunities. Okay, so if D1 isn't automatically best, D3 isn't a consolation prize, and D2 isn't just a middle ground, how do you actually choose the right division for your athlete? Working with my expert team, we developed a decision framework that considers what actually matters for long term success. Question number one: what are your financial priorities? If you need maximum scholarship money, target D2 programs with strong endowments. If you qualify for need based aid, consider elite D3 schools. And if you're comfortable paying, choose based on fit, not money. Question number two: what are your playing time expectations? If you want to start immediately, D3 or strong D2 programs. If you're willing to develop over 2 to 3 years, D2 or lower level D1. If you are elite and you want to compete with the highest competition, top D1 schools. Question number three: what are your academic priorities? If you want professional school opportunities, elite D3 or strong D2. If you want to focus primarily on athletics, D1 programs. If you want balanced experience, D2 or D3. Question number four: what are your post graduation goals? If you want professional sports opportunities, any division where you'll play. If you want career networking, elite D3 or flagship D1. If you want local business connections, strong D2 programs. Question number five: what's your NIL earning potential? We came up with the formula: playing market times market size times personal brand equals NIL value. A D2 starter in a college town often beats a D1 bench player in a major city. The best division is the one where your athlete will play, develop, graduate, and build relationships. Everything else is just marketing. Let me share 3 success stories that prove this framework works. A D1 success. Matthew was recruited by multiple D2 programs, but he chose a lower tier D1 school where he could start immediately. He became Conference Player of the Year, transferred to a top D1 program for his final season, and was drafted professionally. The key? He chose D1 for playing time, not prestige. D2 success. Sarah turned down D1 offers to attend a strong D2 program. She earned a 75% scholarship, started all 4 years, graduated with a 3.8 GPA in pre med, and just finished her first year of medical school. Her total financial aid exceeded what D1 schools offered. D3 success. Jake attended an elite D3 school, played all 4 years, graduated with zero debt thanks to need based aid, and landed a consulting job with a starting salary of $85,000. His teammates included future doctors, lawyers, and CEOs. Each of these athletes maximize their opportunities by choosing the division that fit their goals, not the division with the most prestige. Here's the truth that recruiting experts don't want you to miss. There is no best division of college athletics. There's only the best division for your specific athlete's goals, abilities, and circumstances. The parents who get this right stop chasing prestige and start optimizing for outcomes. They look at financial packages, playing time opportunities, academic fit, and career networking, not just the logo on the uniform. Every recruiting expert I work with told me the same thing. The athletes who are the happiest and most successful chose their division strategically, not emotionally. If this video changed how you think about college athletics divisions, hit that subscribe button. I'm working with these industry experts every week to reveal recruiting truths that can transform your family's opportunities. What questions do you have about choosing the right division? Drop them in the comments below and I'll answer all that I can. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.